Wow, what a great episode. So, spoiler alert for Penguin episode 7 in case you haven't seen it yet. So, a few weeks ago, Colin Farrell said he'd be surprised if anyone likes Oz as a character by the time the Penguin season 1 is over. And now we get to see why. Right off the bat, we find out through a flashback that Oswald is responsible for the death of his 2 other brothers. So he basically sealed them in a floodgate or flood area in the Gotham sewers in the neighborhood he used to live in over a game of hide and seek because basically he couldn't reach them due to his disability in his left leg that he has until this present day. So that just kind of shows that Oz has just always been evil. He wasn't the most evil kid in the world, but he's always had evil and darkness within him, which further illustrates how much of a bad person Oz is, which goes back to the point of will you like him or not by the end of the season. And for the past few episodes, ever since episode 4, he's been proven time and time again on why he shouldn't be liked as a character and why we should not root for him to win by the end of the season, even though we know that's pretty inevitable at this point. And there's also one small detail that came back from episode 1 that I like, and it's the part where Oz is talking to Alberto about the mafia that used to be in his neighborhood. He was kind of like a hero to everybody. We also get to see him in that same flashback in the beginning of the episode, so I like that small detail there. Now, Sofia's doing a really good job in this episode as well. So we continue with her story when she left off from last week's episode where she found Oz's mother in Victor's location in Crown Point. And you'd think she would kill them, but no, she just knocks Victor out and she kidnaps Oz's mother. And this is a smart move by Sofia because, as she stated in the previous episode, Oz's greatest asset is that he has nobody he cares about, which makes him dangerous. But now he actually does have someone he cares about, which is his mother. So she's going to be able to use having his mother as a hostage against Oz and kind of make him kneel to her in a way. And also, Sofia kind of has an understanding of Oz's mother because she's a broken person with her Alzheimer's or her medical condition she has, and she knows what it's like to be mentally broken. So that's also another reason you can think of as to why she didn't immediately kill her yet. She kind of sympathizes with her, and she sees a little bit of herself within her, even though she's older than her. Sal Maroney comes in and captures Oz from his Crown Point location and takes him back to his lair to try to get the bliss drug from them. And when I tell you the Penguin's henchmen are the greatest henchmen I've ever seen in the show, I'm not lying. They knew what was going on and they read the room. They passed the vibe check and they help Oz out. They help Oz get out of that situation. And, this is where Oz's plot armor comes in a little bit because we get a fight between Oz and Sal one-on-one, and Oz is getting whooped by Sal because of the disability in his leg. So that puts Sal Maroney at an advantage. So he's whooping him, and then out of nowhere, plot armor activates for Oswald, and Sal Maroney dies of a heart attack. Now, I wish he would have died going out, fighting Oswald or something, or Oz would have pulled out a gun at the last second. Kind of having a heart attack was a little cheap and a little bailout, but this was foreshadowed throughout the rest of the show as you see him taking medicine and stuff throughout the previous episodes of the show. And just having Penguin talk over Sal's dead body after he shoots him and before he shoots him, it kind of reminded me of the game over screen from the Batman Arkham games where you die when you're playing as Batman, you die, and one of the villains, one of them being Penguin, will talk over your dead body and just talk trash for you for 30 seconds straight. So that was a good Easter egg to that. So now Oz is at an advantage and he calls Sofia. He tries to make a deal because remember, Oz is still vulnerable despite his recent victory against Sal and his men. So he tries to make a trade to trade the bliss drug for his mother's life. And Sofia uses this to her advantage. And here's where we get a scene with really good creative editing that I like, that fooled me especially. So it seems as if Sofia pulls up in her car into Oz's lair and they're on the phone. And obviously Sofia's not there in the car because she wouldn't just put herself in that situation like that. but the dialogue and the way everything's edited makes it seem like she was actually there. And then when the plot twist actually happens, his plot armor lowers for a little bit, and let's just say his plans blow up in his face and causes a lot of damage to those around him. And then we get another cliffhanger as Oz is captured again. So this was really a good episode. Sofia really is smart here. She's using everybody to her advantage. It's like a giant game of chess to her. It's not necessarily she doesn't care who lives or who dies. She tries to keep her assets alive, but if they die, then they die. And I don't think she's gonna fully kill Penguin's mother just yet, because like I said before, she really understands what it's like to be broken or have a broken mind, because she was in Arkham Asylum for the past 10 years. So she's just gonna keep using Oz's mother being a hostage for her as something to use against Oz. So since it was stated before by her that Oz having no one he loves being one of his greatest strengths, one of his weaknesses now is having someone he does love alive, and Sofia could use that to be her greatest strength. As for Victor, I don't know where that man is. Oz told him to go assemble an army, but we haven't heard anything from him. So he's either dead or he's gonna come in clutch at the super last minute. You know, a good hero always comes at the last minute, they say. So we'll just have to see. So this episode, 10 out of 10 of course. I can't wait for the season finale next week. I can't wait to see how everything ends. I hope they don't kill Sofia because she's such a good character and I feel really bad for her. If Oz didn't betray her in the first place, none of this would be happening at all. So all of this is Oz's fault, and this just further proves how much of a bad person Oz is and how he treats everyone around him like crap just to get what he wants. So yeah, that's gonna be about it for this episode 7 review of Penguin season 1. If you did manage to see the show somehow, let me know what you guys thought about the episode in the comment section down below. And as always, hit the like and subscribe button and all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video.